hopefully you can see that all of the compounds are clear liquids except for compound A. Compound A is a yellowish gold liquid. Compound B, I guess, does have a very, very slight pinkish tint to it, but all of the other compounds are clear liquids. So that is what you would write in for your appearance for samples A through Z. So now what I'm going to do next is I am going to create the mixtures. So I'm going to mix compound A with compound X, Y, and Z. So first, I am going to put compound A into, sorry guys, just trying to make sure you can see. I'm going to put compound A with compound X. So I'm taking a couple drops of compound A and I'm going to put it in the AX test tube. I'm going to put a little bit of compound A into the AY test tube. And then it looked like I ran out a little bit, so I'm going to put a couple more drops into the AZ test tube. So now, compound A has gone into the AX, the AY, and the AZ test tube. Now I'm going to put some of compound B into the BX, BY, and BZ test tubes. So now all test tubes BX, BY, and BZ have compound B. And now I'm going to put compound C in each of the C test tubes. So CX, CY, and CZ. So now I can start doing my reactions. So I'm going to take compound X and I'm going to put drops into AX, BX, and CX and observe what happens. So right now I'm adding X into the AX test tube. Now I'm going to add X into the BX test tube. And I'm going to add X into the CX test tube. So clearly I can see that there was some sort of reaction in the AX, BX, and CX test tube. Next, I'm going to take compound Y, and I'm going to put it into the AY, BY, and CY test tube. So there's AY, there's BY, and finally, there's CY. And finally, I am going to put solution Z into the AZ, the BZ, and the CZ test tube. And so you can see that there is a reaction in all of your test tubes. So what you should do is write down your observations, and then for your conclusion questions, it's going to ask you what are the compounds that we made. Well, compound A was an iron +3 ion. Compound B was the silver 1 ion, and compound C was the lead 2 ion. Compound X is the carbonate ion. Compound Y is the hydroxide ion. and compound Z is the phosphate ion. So if I mixed A and X together, I mixed iron 3 and carbonate together. And so what I'm going to do then is see what compound do I form when iron 3 and carbonate go together. And so you will form iron 3 carbonate. And so what you will do is you will do all of the compounds that I've created here, which you can see something has happened in all of the test tubes, and then you will write down what those are on your lab sheet. So I'm going to give you a closer look at what happened here. So you can see AX, AY, AZ all formed a darker compound. BX, BY, and BZ also have formed a darker compound. And then finally, CX, CY, and CZ have also formed a compound. That's it. I hope you enjoyed watching the lab.